Hello, guys, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. And welcome to my YouTube. I have a YouTube now. Can you guys believe it? I have 10,000 of you on TikTok, and now I have a YouTube channel. It's crazy. But with that being said, as you guys know, I'm a TikTok girl, okay? I'm really sorry, YouTube. I'm trying my best. When I make my videos, I don't really think about it. I kind of just get downloads and then I talk a bit and then I upload it, and you guys seem to love it. So thank you for always receiving me in such a beautiful way. It really touches me and means a lot to me. YouTube feels a bit more vulnerable, but I love a challenge. You know, when you're an alchemist, you've got to roll with these things. You've got to really love a challenge. So here we are. Welcome to my channel. I'm here. I'm on YouTube now. It's a little bit crazy, but we're going to keep it moving. And I just want to introduce a couple of things really before we get started. Firstly, I want to thank you guys for supporting me and just always being so lovely and so sweet and so open to the stuff that I create for you guys. It really has carried me through certain moments of my life these last couple of months. Also, I want you guys to understand that the content that I make, it is really important to me that everything I create is from my heart, it's from a place of love, and it is also authentic to myself and to what it is that I create. So with that being said, I don't want my content to be perfect. I'm not going to make YouTube content like other people. I'm going to make it imperfect. I just want to film it and upload it. I could spend hours editing it and making it all look perfect and great for you guys, but I don't think that moving forward with the way that the world is going, that this is really what I need to be doing at this point in time. I want everything that I create from my soul to be 100% authentic. I'm not here to make it look great. I'm not here to make it whatever. I just want it to reach the people that it needs to reach. So I hope you guys enjoy, okay? This is my first video. And I want to talk about something that is very personal to me, that feels very vulnerable, but it was and still is one of my biggest lessons to this date. And my goal with everything that I share with you guys and everything that I've experienced in life so far is that I've had these experiences so that I can teach and gain the information from them. And I really want you to know from my heart to yours that you are not alone in this lifetime. You have a huge spirit team around you. You are surrounded by love. And I'm hoping that through watching my content, you can gain from it what you need to gain. So on that one, guys, let me just get started. So a lot of you have been asking me, you know, where did I come from? What happened with your spiritual journey? Like, where did it all begin? And I wanted to touch on that, guys, with you. My spiritual journey, some of you guys will be different. We've all had different circumstances in life. Some people just wake up and they're naturally spiritual and they've been awake this whole time and they just started seeing stuff from a kid and, you know, now they're doing psychic readings. For the rest of us, we were born into a system, obviously, that taught us to shut down our psychic abilities, to push them away, to fear things, you know, in the dark and all the witches, they're bad and evil. And you catch my drift with that. But I always knew that there was something different about me. I wasn't quite sure what it was. I was always that kid that would sit and Google ghost stories, and my mom would tell me ghost stories as a kid, and it just used to fascinate me. I had spiritual experiences as a child. Different things would happen to me. But I was always a little bit afraid. I was always quite scared still because, you know, you turn on these films and it's horror movies. It's the ghosts are going to get you, and Friday the 13th, and all this like really dark stuff that was associated with it. But I always had this like deep curiosity, so I was kind of always wanting to explore but also a bit afraid. I actually bought my first set of tarot cards, I think when I was around 2021, I think around 21, um, which was interesting. That kind of felt like a big step for me at the time. But to be honest with you guys, I didn't really dive deep into the spiritual stuff until I had some trauma, which was unfortunately the passing of my dad. So when I was 22, guys, I had a very crazy experience. Um, you grow up and you live with your parents and stuff like that, and nothing's perfect. And normally, if you're an empath, you're born into kind of chaotic families. Mine was definitely chaotic in a lot of ways, but that's a completely different video. But I had got to an age where me and my dad had actually got quite close again, and unfortunately, he passed away very suddenly. He had a blood clot in his leg that actually traveled up to his lung, and he literally dropped dead like that. Um, there was quite a crazy situation surrounding it as well that really shaped me. So I was only 22 at the time, and me and my dad, we had got quite close. We used to go and do we both loved animals, so we'd go to like dog shows and things like that, and we would hang out together and spend weekends together and go and get food, and we'd go to like Germany and stuff and travel and plan all these things. So it was quite a cute, like exciting time. I was finally building a very close relationship with my dad, I would say, which was nice. And then I woke up this one day and I just felt like something was wrong. Obviously, now knowing that I have psychic abilities, I understand why. But I woke up this day and I just felt like something was wrong in my gut. And normally my dad, he always replies to me. So we'd message quite a lot. But this morning I'd woke up and he hadn't replied. So I was like, that's a bit strange. Like, maybe he's just at work, maybe he's busy, maybe something's going on. I left it a couple of hours, but I just had this like unsettling feeling in my stomach. I tried to call him. He didn't answer. I was messaging him again and again saying like, if you don't answer by now, I was like laughing and joking with him. I'm going to have to come over. I'm going to have to come to your house. I'm going to have to whatever. And unfortunately, he didn't reply. So by this time, I kind of knew that something was not right. I still wasn't sure what, because I was very young at the time. I was 22. And I drove over to his house with my partner at the time. And as soon as I pulled up to his house, that was like an hour journey. And the whole time it just felt off. I can't explain it. Like, when something's just in the air. So I got to his house and I saw that his car was there, which immediately made me think that he had maybe fallen over in the shower or something had happened, because I wasn't expecting his car to be there. I just had this like feeling in my gut, my stomach just dropped. And then I got out of the car, run around the back of the house. I was banging on the fence, trying to bang on the windows. No one was answering. I run around the back and I could see the dogs. He had Rottweilers. I could see the dogs in the garden. So I knew that he was in and something was not right. Like, he was not replying. Something was not right. I managed to open the gate. I run in around the back. And as soon as I opened the back door, I just found him. Obviously, he'd passed away and I found him on the floor. At this time, I didn't really know what had happened or what was happening to me. I just remember like shaking him and screaming at him and trying to talk to him. But unfortunately, he had passed. And it was just such a crazy moment, guys. I can't explain to you. Like, maybe some of you have gone through this, maybe some of you haven't. But to see the person that you love that has taken care of you in such a vulnerable way and such a vulnerable position, and to see that they have just like, yesterday they was fine and now everything has just changed. It was just, there are no words that can explain how much my heart broke in that moment. And I remember obviously trying to give him CPR and bring him back to life. I was on the phone and things like that to the ambulance, but the lady come and she said, he's passed away. And I remember just going outside the house, and it was like, when you see in like the movies where everything is just quiet, it's like I just wanted to run. It was like, it just broke my mind. I couldn't get my head around it, how someone was so strong and so tough, and like there 1 second, but then now he's gone. Because we didn't know what had happened to him, it was like, it's just the most craziest situation, guys. Like, I can't even tell you. So I had to then call my family and tell them what happened, which was really horrendous, and watch them all arrive and obviously say their goodbyes to him. And this was just, it was like a nightmare that I was living. I always thought to myself at the time, God will never give me something that I can't handle. He'll never, my parents won't die early. But like, I used to say to myself, he knows I can't handle like losing my parents. Like, I've always been very soft, very loving, very sensitive. But life happens, guys, and situations happen. And at the time, I didn't understand. As time has gone on now, I understand why things have happened, and I understand that, life is eternal. I went to go and see him afterwards in the hospital when he had passed, and this was my first experience that I had with spirit that was very strong, that I couldn't really explain, but I knew what it meant, if that makes sense. I remember going to see him and he had passed, and beforehand I was like worried I'm gonna be a wreck. My mum saying to me, "Are you gonna be okay? Like, this is a big thing." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know," because I'm literally 22, guys. Like, I was such a young little kid. But I remember just walking into this room and feeling this like wave of like light and like love and like peace come over me. And I remember just like looking at him, and it was like we was communicating, if that makes sense. And it was like he was letting me know that he's okay. He's okay with this decision. One of his sayings was, "Life's a bitch and then you die." And he was kind of like making that very clear. And he wanted me to know that he is okay and that everything is okay. And I just felt this, like, everyone's looking at me like, "Why are you not crying?" Like, I just felt this like peace that come over me. And I knew from that point that there was something else outside of this that we maybe are not conscious of. And losing my dad took away my fear from being scared of ghosts and spirits, and they're so evil, because I thought to myself, how can I be afraid of a spirit, afraid of ghosts, when my dad is a spirit? Why would I be afraid of him? And it made me sad, the thought that someone would be frightened of him, for example, because he passed away in his house. Like, maybe he's just roaming around trying to be friendly, and people are afraid of him because he's a spirit. Like, it made me realize every spirit that there is someone's loved one. So it took away my fear, and it also, through that trauma, made me want to be able to connect more. I really wanted some kind of just confirmation from someone that he was okay. So it took me down that really deep road of spirituality. Knowing what I know now and having the information that I've gained through different experiences, I'm still learning more every single day. And it's really crazy how that was like, it will be 10 years this November since that event that happened. But you will get new bits of information that will come up all the time. So, for example, when you have portal years in numerology, what is a portal year? A portal year is when you are 22, 33, 44, 55, so on. You normally, as a soul, choose lessons that are a bit more difficult or involved on these portal years because they have more of a stronger effect on you as an individual. So knowing that I chose that for my 22nd was also a bit crazy. I don't know if I chose it or maybe just coincided it all to happen at that time. But had he not have passed away, would I be the woman that I am now? No, I don't think I would be. So I understand that everything happens for a reason. It's took me a very long time, and it did take me a very long time to navigate grief. Every single one of us is going to experience grief at different points in our lives, and you probably have already if you're watching this video. Some of us experience grief through losing loved ones, parents, children, and some of us experience grief just through the loss of something. For example, a relationship, a job. You can also lose a part of yourself and feel grief. It's a very difficult one to navigate. I had a lot of traumas that were surrounding this that gave me quite strong PTSD for a while. For example, I couldn't actually, after my dad died, I very much stayed at home for around 2 or 3 years. I felt very broken and vulnerable, that I was afraid to go outside. If someone maybe tried to argue with me or, had road rage at me, that I would just crumble and cry and just run home. I had very bad PTSD where if I called someone, for example, because of this event and they didn't answer the phone, I would just assume that something bad had happened to them, and it would send me into like a spiral. I would just literally think that they had passed. But I think the message of this video, guys, is that we are all strong enough to deal with these lessons that we have to face. Even though you might not think it, you have everything you need to be able to navigate this lifetime. Death and grief is going to come for every single one of us. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news and to be negative, but it is just the truth. So if there's anything that I want you to understand from this, it's please cherish your loved ones. Please always practice forgiveness, not just for them, but for yourself. Understand that we are all on different levels in this experience. So maybe if your parents have hurt you or something's happened, understand that they have done the best they could with the programming and the experiences that they have had. No one is truly bad as a soul. I generally believe that in my heart. And you are strong, you are brave, and I want you to know that you can get through anything that comes your way in this lifetime. Through these lessons, through this lesson, for example, probably my biggest lesson, or the first biggest lesson that I remember in my life so far, it really taught me to be grateful for every single moment. Before I lost my dad, when you're young, I used to have like depression here and there, and I'd say, oh, things are just not going to get better. Why me? Why is this happening? Da, 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 da. I was very dramatic. I still am in a lot of ways, don't get it twisted. But I didn't really appreciate everything that I had. And it was only then when I lost something that was so valuable to me that it opened up my eyes to I got to a point where I was just happy to go outside, just happy to feel the wind on my face, just happy that someone hadn't passed away or died. So please really appreciate every single moment that you have and the people that you have around you, because you never know what could happen at any moment. Someone could be taken at any time. And this also really taught me about reincarnation, okay? Once I had lost my dad, I went down the rabbit hole. And this trauma, and trauma does this, it pushes you down the rabbit holes, guys. It makes you ask questions. It makes you reevaluate your life. And I started to seek spiritual answers and spiritual knowledge. So I started to go to the spiritualist churches to just try and get a message. I would sit with my tarot cards and things like that. I would go to psychic mediums and I would start to read books. And there's one book that I will recommend to every single one of you if you are wanting to know about reincarnation and really how life is eternal. And the book I recommend to you guys is Many Lives, Many Masters. This is not sponsored. It's just me giving you one of my favorite books to read. Maybe you'll read it, maybe you won't. It's up to you. There's no pressure. But if you want to learn about reincarnation, this was the book that opened my eyes. So on that note, guys, it's been really beautiful to share something very deep with me. If you have ever navigated grief, let me know how things are for you now. What are some of the realizations that you've had? I also want to say that when you miss someone, it never ever goes away. It stays with you in your heart forever. And when this had happened to me at the time, I thought that I was never ever going to get through it. And I also felt like I was the only person that was going through this at the time and no one else could possibly understand because I'd lost my precious dad. And I didn't even want to hear people say this at the time, but time is a healer. Now I have matured into this woman, and this is the one event that really taught me how strong, how much strength that I'm capable of and how much I have inside me. Because there are times where your only choice is to be strong. And on that note, guys, I hope that this was educational. I hope that this gave you a bit of insight, maybe on me, my spiritual journey. There's so much more for us to talk about, and I really want to be able to discuss everything on here with you guys. And I really love the community that we're building so far. You guys said to me the other day that I've manifested you, and I truly actually believe this. So I want you guys to know, if you watch my videos, that we're all in this together. We are all one. I know it sounds really cheesy. I'm not trying to be cheesy and cringe you out, but we are all one. We're all in this together. And I want you to know that you are never alone. You always have spirit next to you, and I will always be here with my videos, guys, and I hope that I can help you in some way, because I never want some of you to feel the way that I have felt in my life. So that is why I made this TikTok and this channel. And I just want you guys to know that you are never alone, okay? Even this spiritual journey, it gets really lonely sometimes, and it gets really dark and deep, and your heart really gets twisted sometimes, but life is here to be enjoyed and to be valued and to be appreciated. As much as there are awful things that happen every single day, you also have some really beautiful times of your life as well. So if you are struggling right now, please just be easy with yourself. Understand that time is a healer, and you are never alone. You have so much protection and so much love around you. So on that note, guys, thank you for watching my first ever YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments your thoughts and what shall we do next for a second video. What you guys want in? Do you want manifestation? Do you want some laws of the universe? Do you want some dream stuff, some quantum stuff, some rabbit holes? Do you want more of my spiritual journey? What do you guys want? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.